All right, guys, the common sense that we're going to be talking about today is for the individual that tends to use their wrist too much on their drops. A couple things that I see at lower levels is I see servers serving, stepping inside the court, maybe taking a look to see how pretty their serve is, not repositioning, not gaining spacing off the baseline, and then the return ends up beating them and lands by their feet. And then as it lands by their feet, now they're jammed, and then as they're jammed, they're naturally trying to fight the ball off with their wrist. So whether it's like positioning based, or you're obviously not balanced, or it's just you're not giving yourself enough space. There's so many little avenues in which people tend to use their wrist. Some things you see?
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head. The two most common times are when you're jammed and you don't have the spacing, or if you're overreaching. I think it's anytime we don't have our body behind it, we use the wrist because we sense that we need a little bit more power. So most of it is going to be preparation in getting in the correct spot before you hit the shot, but a lot of it is back to the dinking basics of thinking of your arm as a lever. The shoulder is the hinge that controls that lever. We don't want another hinge here at the wrist, and we really don't need it. When we think about how far we have to hit the ball on a drop, it's really not that far. It's a touch shot. Most of the power needs to be coming from our legs and our weight transfer towards the shot, not from the wrist.
So think about getting organized early. Think about if there was like a select nugget that made sense to you as you were dinking, and maybe you were using your wrist too much as you were dinking, use that same technique nugget back at the baseline, because usually flaws that take place with your dinks are flaws that take place with your drops as well. Okay guys, first drill that we're going to be talking about here, it's going to be back to the basics. We're going to be at the baseline. We're going to be focused on tossing a ball into the kitchen while keeping the hand positioning still, thinking about all the main technique nuggets that make sense you know, in this sort of equation. Main focus is using big body parts, keeping the hand positioning still, but very simple. We're just more so going to be tossing it in a underhand type motion into the kitchen. As we're doing this drill, we're actually going to be holding our wrist. This is going to act as like a stabilizer, and then we're going to be tossing underhand while keeping our wrist held with our non-dominant hand. Okay, nice and easy. Back to the basics here. Kyle and I are both going to be underhand tossing into the kitchen. Okay, ready here? Rock and roll. Lovely. I'm sure that's a nice, pretty finish. Okay, again, we're stepping forward, using big body parts. This motion is obviously just like hitting a third shot drop. Look how everything's flowing together. Okay, getting some good extension as we toss while keeping the hand positioning still. If I had a baby bird in my hand, and I was to let that baby bird go out into the world, I would never fling that baby bird out. I would slowly let that baby bird go. So keep in mind here, if there's a baby bird in your hand, or if you're trying to kiss the baby and not slap the baby, just make sure this whole process from point A to point B is very smooth. Let's go a couple more here.
Yep. And if you feel like you're not getting it far enough, look at how much work we're doing with our lower body. We're pushing off, but we're also taking a step into the court and over-exaggerating for now how much weight transfer we're actually getting towards our target. We're not gonna be up and down, we're gonna be pushing out off this back foot.
Yep. Ready here? Okay, we'll do one more here. Yeah, I would say it's a good happy medium, just like what Kyle said, of lifting, but also too, as we lift, we still are integrating some push as well. So really focus on trying to find that happy medium. Okay. Second progression of the drill here. Now we're going to integrate a ball. We're going to be tossing for ourselves, and then we're going to be hitting a drop. The first location, we're going to be dropping up the line, and then second location, we're going to be dropping cross court. Very simple. You're going to be dropping for yourself, keeping the theme of using the shoulder, keeping the hand positioning still, and engaging big body parts. Okay, ready here? Drop, finish. Good. Hand positioning is still. Okay. Feel yourself making nice, clean contact with the ball.
Probably a good idea also, guys, to freeze after you make contact with it. So freeze after you finish your follow through. If you're coming up and over your left shoulder, this is a common problem that we see. This is more of a ground stroke follow through, right? So we want to limit it. Remember, hit that second ball and stop.
Okay, ready here? Toss, weight going forward, and pause. Again, toss, weight going forward, and pause. Okay, same drill, now we're going cross court. Okay, dropping, going cross. Know that the paddle face doesn't lie. Okay, make sure that you're getting your paddle face facing at the target. Again, drop. Okay, again, drop, making contact and then pausing. There's no need to overdo it, less is more here. Okay, so 3 main technique nuggets is finishing at the second imaginary ball. If there was a baby bird in your hand, let that baby bird go. And then also too, think about keeping the hand positioning extra still. All right guys, third progression of the drill here. Coach Kyle is gonna act like he's hit a serve and he stepped inside the court and maybe he was looking to see how pretty his serve is, or his court positioning isn't very good. And then I'm gonna feed a return from here as he's kind of, you know, like let's say like a foot or 2 inside the court. He's gonna have to reposition, gain space, buy himself enough time, and then look to have a nice controlled third shot drop. Keep in mind like a lot of the wrist tendencies in this select area come by court positioning, come by not getting balance, and just simply come by not getting organized. Okay? I'm gonna have Kyle serve. Okay, go ahead. Serving, he's in a bad spot. I'm pushing him back. Beautiful. Again, serving.
Okay. There we go.
Beautiful, he steps in, that's okay, no worries. Steps inside the court, he's in a bad spot, he has to reposition. Very good, good.
Feels weird to serve and fall forward, not gonna lie.
Right. No, lower level. Keep in mind too that it's much easier to move forward than it is to move backwards. Okay, so always give the returner some respect with your court position here and look to get back a little sooner.
Here we go.
Step inside the court, gain space. Beautiful. Kyle, when you gain space, what are you using that back foot for?
Yeah, I'm trying to get centered and create this space so that I can, by the time I decide to start my shot, my weight is going back forward.
Yeah.
So I need to go back early to be in the ideal position. But when I decide to start, unload my lever and start my swing, I know I've got to have my weight slightly going forward. I can't be continuing to go back, or even I don't want to be straight upright because now I'm having all the work done with my arm.
Yeah. So think about when you're moving back, you're in a good athletic stance, you're gaining enough time, and then you're using that back foot more so as like a stabilizer to really find your balance and then get your weight going forward. Let's go a couple more here. Serve, he's inside the court, he's in a bad spot, I'm pushing him back. Sweet, good. Let's go same thing, let's go one more. Okay, he's inside the court, feed, get back. Sweet, good. Coach Kyle, let's say if you were late to getting back there, what would you do differently with your drop?
If I'm late and I know that my weight is still going back, I'm gonna add extra height because I need more time. I will even say if I'm really going backwards badly, not only will I add extra height, but I'll basically give up on trying to collect myself and move forward. I'll just say, this is my shot just to stay alive in the point, try to get back centered, and then try to use the next ball where I'm gaining some real estate. It's very challenging with your weight going back to hit a perfect drop, collect yourself, and being able to get very far forward.
All right guys, drill recap. The first drill that we did was back to basics. Coach Kyle and I were both at the baseline. Essentially, we had a ball in our hand. We were using our non-dominant hand as a stabilizer. We were to hold our wrist and then just underhand toss a third shot drop in the kitchen. And then next progression was we added a drop and hit in. The drop and hit was wrapped around aiming to a select location. We went 10 drop and hits up the line and then 10 drop and hits cross court. Last progression was Coach Kyle was serving. I was feeding a return from the kitchen line. Coach Kyle was to serve, try to exaggerate his court position, get in a bad spot, kind of end up like creep up there a little bit. And then I was feeding a return pretty quickly after his serve, getting him in a bad spot. He had to reposition by time and by space. With that comes a much more controlled third shot drop. Okay guys, first game here, it's gonna be for lower levels, rally scoring, and the incentive is that if Kyle is able to neutralize and get up and get established, he always gets 1 point. If he were to actually win the point in this half court skinny singles setting, then he gets 2 points. Any time that Kyle is able to get up and get established, he always gets that one little bonus point. Same idea here though as our last drill. I'm gonna have Kyle hitting a serve. After he hits his serve, I'm gonna feed a return. He's gonna be, kind of inside the court a little bit. He's going to have to reposition, get space, hit the drop, and then come in and play the point out.
Lower levels, guys, I'm not able to start coming forward until I've successfully made one of my drops land in the kitchen. At that point, I have license to move forward, and then I'll go ahead and get that bonus point if I neutralize.
Yep. As Kyle's at the baseline and speaking lower levels, know that there's no rush to getting in. Make sure that you're getting in an organized, balanced way, and know that from like a percentage standpoint, you don't have to rush when you're on defense. Take your time, trust the process. Ready here?
Here we go.
So 0-0, he's serving, bad spot. He has to reposition, drop, and we're playing it out. Okay, here we go.
So 1.
So Kyle, even though he made it in the kitchen, he was never established.
Yep. I needed to make one more to get to neutral, so still Tyson.
Yep. Score is 0-1. Go ahead, go ahead.
Go.
Serving. Up, 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 up. He's got to gain space. Beautiful. Play the point out. All right, let's do it.
Too good.
Okay, here we go. Got up and got established.
I get 1.
Kyle gets 1. I get 1. Score is 1-2. Here we go. And great practice to really go after your serve. So I think in this sort of setting, don't be afraid to be a bit more offensive with your serve.
Yep.
Okay?
Here we go.
Practice your serve, get inside the court, gain space. Beautiful. Play the point out. Look at all that height. Good. That's when it gets fun.
Decent point. Dang it!
That's pretty good. It's about as good as it gets.
Oh, good stuff.
So you got up and got established, obviously.
So I still get a point. Yep.
So score is 2-3.
Okay.
Okay. Kyle is serving. Serve. Up, 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 up. Gain space. Beautiful. Good. He's up and established. Yeah, nice.
Pretty on it.
Pretty. Kyle got 2 points there. Why? He got up and got established, and he won the point. So score is 4-3.
Yep. I'll take one.
Okay, again.
Let's do one more here.
Up, 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 up. Lovely. Good. He's taking his time. Very good. Very good. Great example there of he popped the first one up. He trusted his defense. He trusted that he could play good defense if he had time. And he waited. Great example of trusting the percentages and knowing that you can only play good defense if you have time. Next game, this is for higher level. Same sort of scenario. Kyle's going to be serving. I'm going to be feeding a return. Now Coach Kyle has to hit 2 drops in the kitchen. After his 2 drops in the kitchen, doesn't have to be in a row, just total. Once he hits 2 drops in the kitchen, then he's going to come in and play the point out. Okay, so the bonus point here for the higher level game comes in where after Coach Kyle makes 2 drops in a row, if he were to get up and get established, he gets a bonus point. So if he were to get up and get established and win the point, then he would get 2 points.
Here we go.
Serves, bad spot. He's going to reposition. Okay.
That's 0-1, yeah.
That's okay. That's okay. No worries.
Net errors are no good.
Here we go. So score is 0-1.
Okay.
Serve, reposition, gain space. Okay. There's 1. There's 2. Play it out. Okay. Also, too, I'm gonna let my partner know here. Keyword partner. Why? Because we're making each other better. I'm gonna let my partner know when his drops are made in the kitchen.
Yep.
Okay. He's got to make 2 in the kitchen, and then he's coming up and getting established. Okay. Ball here.
So I would still get a point there because I did neutralize, but I lost the point as well. So I'd only get the 1. Here we go.
Good. Inside the court. Reposition. Okay. There's 1. There's 2. Yes. Too good.
Of it.
A little early.
A little early.
So score is I had 2, you had 1, correct?
So I should have got 2 there. So 3-2 me now.
Yep. So score is 3-2 Kyle. Kyle obviously got established in that last point, and he won the point. So he gets 2.
Okay.
Good. Reposition. Yes, there's one in the kitchen. Oh, all right, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it. 3-all. 3-all. Let me get a ball here, sorry. Right here. Go ahead. Got it inside the court, reposition, gain space. Okay, again. There's one. There's two. No, one. Yep. There's two. Yeah, very good. We'll go one more. I like it. Go ahead, last one.
So I would get 2 there because I neutralized and won the point. Here we go, last one.
Step inside the court, drop, height. Good, there's 1, great height. There's 2, now we're live. Nice, play it. Yes. Sorry.
I missed it.
Very good, okay,
good stuff.
Good. Okay guys, game recap was a spin-off of our third progression of our drills. So Coach Kyle was at the baseline serving. I was taking at the return more so and starting at the kitchen line. I was feeding a return. Kyle was more so in a bad spot, kind of inside the court. He had to reposition and get back. First game we played was for lower levels. You were more so focused on just getting up, getting established. You only had to hit 1 drop. You got a bonus point by getting up and neutralizing, and then you obviously got a point for winning the point as well. Keep in mind that you're playing half-court skinny singles, rally scoring game to 11. Higher level, we said that you had to make 2 drops in the kitchen and then come in and neutralize. Same rules, you obviously get a bonus point for getting up and getting established, and then 1 extra point for actually winning the point.
Yeah, I think even though it's not ideal to practice serving and charging, I don't care who you are, at some point you are going to find yourself in a bad spot on the court. So knowing how to recollect yourself and be able to still have your body behind your shot, especially on these drops, is really, really important.
Yeah, and I think it's just a broad idea of being in a bad spot, having to neutralize, knowing that people tend to use their wrist a lot just when they're either off balance, have bad preparation, or just simply not organized. So we're just putting you in an uncomfortable spot where you have to use your feet, get out of the way, gain some space, but just know that consistency on your drops come by good preparation.